All right, back to the stream. Hey everyone, we have a tornado warning in Sequoia County. This was during our dinner break. So Dan's on dinner break right now. I stayed here after the 7. Go ahead and show you Mega Doppler. Show you what we're working with. We're working with a tornado warning that is entering. It's already in Sequoia County. Just kind of put this into motion. We had what's called. Oh, we got to go on air. Okay. Let me get weather 2 up. All right. Hey everyone, meteorologist Peyton Langford here to tell you about a tornado warning that is in Sequoia County. There you can see it entering it just near Sallisaw and is moving southeastward into the Fort Smith area. Eventually, if it can hold on, is getting what's called a lot of cell interactions. So this spin did ramp up quite rapidly. You can see that cell interaction. This storm is moving southeast. Now I'm gonna step off the screen here to show you the velocity couplet here. So we'll stay on Mega Doppler as of right now. So there you can see the storm relative velocity. I'll go ahead and stop this. Go ahead and then you see a tight circulation there, kind of near Marble City, just west. Set the storm motion from warning. It is seeming like it is weakening a little bit, but we'll definitely watch it. Hey, Zach, welcome back. So we are, Zach, if you want to put a track on this here in just a second, we'll take that in just a second. But right now, Mega Doppler showing that tornado warning. The storm is moving about 25 miles an hour towards the southeast. So we can look at normalized rotation here. Well, that's the wrong key. But so let's look at the radar closest, and we'll switch that to velocity closest. So we'll zoom in here. There you can see that tight circulation. And now we're going to switch to the velocity so you can see just a little bit of that tight couplet as it is going to start moving towards the southeast over the next little bit. You can see the on-air alert there for the severe thunderstorm warning. It wasn't considerable at one point. This means up to 2-inch hail at times. And again, moving 25 miles per hour towards the southeast. See if I can go ahead. Zach, are you almost getting a track on Weather 1?
Yes, sir. You stand by on that track.
Okay, we'll stand by on that track here. But it is about to approach Sallisaw in a little bit, just south of Evening Shade. Again, we're kind of bouncing back and forth. We'll stay on the Fort Smith radar so that way it doesn't change. But the 2 warnings on your screen right now are a severe thunderstorm with a considerable tag, and then a tornado warning. That tornado warning goes in for the next little bit. And go ahead and see how long it goes until. Pull up the query here. All right, so this goes until 9 p.m. So this is for the next 30 minutes. It is possible they could extend this if this storm does continue its circulation. So we'll have to watch this close. This is the only storm of the main concern right now. I'll go ahead and zoom out a little bit here if I can. The iPad doesn't lock up on me. Okay, well, trying to zoom out here. So if you're just tuning in, a tornado warning, and okay, zooming out on the TV, but not on the iPad. That's awesome. So go ahead and look at the side monitor here. You can see it's just north of I-40, northwest of Sallisaw, and west of Brushy. And again, we'll go ahead and get a track on here in just a little bit. Zach, are you about ready for a track?
Yeah, you can take Weather 1, and I got a track on that.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take Weather 1. We'll get a track on this right now. So you can see the reflectivity, the little hook echo area. And Zach, why don't you take us through this track real quick?
Yeah, so Peyton, yeah, this storm is moving east 20 miles per hour. And again, if you were in that red polygon, this is for Sequoia County. This is a tornado warning, and this is going to be in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. So you need to be in your safe place right now. And we took that track. We have that red polygon. And if you are in the area of that red polygon, this is where that storm is going to be. So again, it's going to be in the Atkins area around 8:55 p.m., Bellefonte around 9:18 p.m., Short around 9:29, Uniontown 9:38 p.m., and then finally Van Buren by around 9:54. So again, this is a tornado warning conformed storm, just moved into the forecast area. We're looking at Sequoia County, and that's where that circulation is. So we're looking at that storm track, and we can take Megadoppler right now. I got it right here on Weather 1, and we can zoom in on where this circulation actually is. So we're looking at Sequoia County. Now let me look at the storm relative velocity, and you can see that circulation there, Peyton, is just west of Marble City. So again, if you are in that area, that's where the storm is, kind of making an easterly motion, and we can definitely plot some roads on there and show you exactly where the storm is going to be. So again, Marble City, beyond that, Brushy, we're looking at Sequoia County. It's going to be making its way into Arkansas as we go throughout this evening. So keep in mind, these storms, what they do is they cycle, they strengthen, they weaken. Now, right now, Peyton, that circulation might be a little bit broad, but we're going to have to watch to see if that strengthens. So we're looking at Marble City, just west of that area. And that's where the storm is going to be going. You can see that reflectivity. We're seeing a whole lot of rain. Not only are we seeing this tornado warning, there was also some hail associated with this storm, and some pretty substantial hail. Notice as we zoom in on the pink, just north of Pinhook Corner, that is some hail up to softball-sized hail, so actually baseball-sized hail. So that is some very large hail. So again, this is a tornado warning. So the main focus is that circulation, and we can see where it is right there. So again, just west of Marble City, that's where this tornado warning is, and this storm is making its way through Sequoia County. It's going to be heading towards the Fort Smith area. So we need to be on this storm. That's why we're cutting into the programming right now. Again, this is a tornado warning for Sequoia County, and it's moving pretty slowly east around 20 miles per hour. Nothing is confirmed as of yet, this radar indicated rotation with this storm. And as you can see, that yellow polygon, that is a significant severe storm. That's probably because of the hail. So again, not only do we have that circulation, we have the hail. And if we zoom in on that, that latest scan might be a little bit tighter. So again, just west of Marble City with that. And if we take it back in time, we can see where it was. That circulation was not as strong. And then as it moved to the east, it kind of tightened up. And now we're looking at just west of Marble City, north of Pinhook Corner. That's where that main circulation is for this storm. So going through Sequoia County with this circulation, we got Megadoppler up, and that's what we're looking at right now. Could take you back to that storm track that we made, and here it is. Again, this is let me get rid of that.
Yeah, and this tornado warning, Zach, it goes until 9 p.m. as of right now. But if this storm holds on, I definitely think they'll start to include the Fort Smith area in the next polygon, should they choose to expand it.
Yeah, I think so too, Peyton. Seems to be going in that direction with this storm. So again, this is where it's going. Okay, so if you're in the Marble City area, 8:42 p.m., Brushy School around 8:55 p.m., and then Rocky Point Church around 9:06 p.m., New Hope Church 9:17, Bellefonte School 9:28 p.m. So again, all of these locations are in that tornado warning. So again, if you are in Sequoia County, if you're in that red polygon, you need to be in your safe place right now, because this is where that storm is going. And when we use that acronym, the DUCK acronym, so we can pull it up full right there. So again, if you're in Sequoia County, you need to take your tornado precautions right now. So get downstairs, the lowest level of that building. You need to get under something. Cover your head if you have any way of doing that. Center of the building is the best place to be. Staircase, get underneath that, and especially keep away from windows. So that's just what we're looking at right now with those. And
hey, Zach, there's also a new severe thunderstorm for Fayetteville that probably also has some hail with it as well.
Yeah, so again, not only are we dealing with the Sequoia County storm, also the Fayetteville area. So let's zoom in on that. Again, this is not a tornado warning, just a severe storm. So we're going to get back to that tornado warning in just a second. But this storm is going to be impacting the Fayetteville area, the Johnston area, Springdale area. And that is a storm that we are going to be watching right now just west of Fayetteville. But as we zoom down further south, here is the storm that is of concern for us. So we've got that circulation right there, a little bit tighter on this latest scan, Peyton.
Yeah, it does seem like it is cycling a little bit. It definitely had some cell interactions. Why don't you pull up the reflectivity and put it into motion? You can see what we're talking about. It's kind of like the when you spin a basketball, how you hit on the side. It definitely got hit on the side, and it helped that storm spin. There you see Mega Doppler on your screen there. You see it kind of got hit right in the RFD, and that helped that storm spin up very fast. So it went from 0 to 100 real quick, and that's why we're kind of scrambling to get on the air real fast.
Yeah, so it came out of nowhere. That's what happens with these interactions. It just pops up. Initially, it doesn't look too bad. Then they get the interaction. Then they just start spinning. And so that's why the National Weather Service issued this tornado warning. And again, we're looking at Sequoia County. And that circulation looks to be moving just to the south of Marble City. So we've been talking about Marble City. The track was easterly. Might have to make that more of an east-southeasterly track.
Yeah, it does look like it's turning a little bit more to the southeast now.
Yeah, so let me get a fresh track on that. So we're looking at Mega Doppler. So I'm going to hop over real quick.
It was probably a meso handoff that helped it turn a little bit more towards the southeast. So kind of during that process of cycling that we talked about, that probably helped it turn a little bit more to the southeast. But again, got to watch out for it as well. I think it's still moving. They still have the tornado warning for, 20 miles an hour now. So they have the tornado moving southeast at around 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I saw that. And we got Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff here to go over this latest storm track. Could take him up at the wall.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Zach and Peyton. This storm, as you mentioned, just really ramped up pretty dramatically, pretty quickly, too. And as you were mentioning, that cell interaction is going to lead to possibly a strengthening of the circulation on the radar. Here's a look at that track as it moves to the southeast. Now, the good news with this storm is you do have a little bit of time to take shelter if you live in Maple or Bellefonte School, as the storm's moving at about 15, 20 miles an hour to the southeast. So not super fast, but definitely enough where you can see it's going to take about a whole hour to move through the entire track with that tornado warning continuing. I do want to mention, too, there's a lot of people outdoors, and Dixon Street is absolutely crowded. So we definitely want to mention that storm that's coming into the Fayetteville area. Let's take a look at weather, too, if we can. And this is looking off to the west from Mount Sequoia, where we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. You can see the billowing thunderstorm that was off in the distance. We'll take a look here, first of all, at this tornado warning, give you the latest information with this. As you mentioned, this tornado warning goes until 9 o'clock. And radar indicated, but as Peyton mentioned, there's some cell interaction that's going on with an additional cell running into it. And sometimes that could be just enough to strengthen that circulation to prompt something to touch down. Want to work our way northward? You can see the severe thunderstorm warning for northern Washington County and southwestern Benton County. That storm is moving east-northeast, and there you see on the Springdale, Fayetteville area, that severe storm, as it continues, we'll go ahead and stop the loop here, give you the latest information until 9:15. Our quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. A lot of people outdoors, Bentonville Bike Fest. There's so many outdoor activities that are going on. A lot of people boating, too. Taking a look at Beaver Lake, this storm will be passing northeast and moving into the Beaver Lake area, but that's going to take a little while. But let's get back to that circulation. Look at Mega Doppler. I know you've been analyzing the latest. What are you guys seeing with that circulation? Is it getting a little stronger with that system, that tornado warning that goes until 9 o'clock?
Yeah, so what you got behind you is that Fayetteville storm. So we're looking at that one. So that is a severe storm heading toward the Fayetteville area, but you were talking about that tornado warning, and let's get back down to that one. And I was looking at that latest scan, Dan, and it looks a little bit tighter. So if you zoom in on that, you can see where it is right there. So again, just south of Marble City. So that's what we're looking at right here with the storm.
Just to the north of Pinhook Corner. Let's go back a few frames if we can, just to take a look at how that circulation evolved. I'll tell you what, that circulation really ramped up pretty dramatically, pretty quickly. And there's the tornado vortex signature that the radar picked up on. And that's what prompted the tornado warning. And then as it continues to move, as you tracked east-southeast, looks like that circulation may be going even slower than 20 miles an hour. As Peyton was mentioned, some cell interactions that might definitely lead to a little more activity. Also hail, as you mentioned, near Flute Springs, Marble City. There's some hail located associated with that storm. We'll take a look at our hail indication and give you an idea. So here you see quarter-size hail with this storm in Marble City. And so along with the tornado potential, a little south of that, you have this large hail potential. And could it be even larger? As you see this considerable severe thunderstorm warning, that means that the hail could be the size of possibly golf balls, which is 1.75 inches in diameter. I want to look at that hail indication too, and they just updated the tornado track. And Peyton, you can give us the latest on that as NWS Chad is talking about the continuation of the tornado warning and the circulation remaining. Go ahead and take us through that latest update on that warning.
Yeah, so the latest update, the main thing I noticed that they changed was increasing the hail size to 2 inches. So the hail is getting bigger. That overall hail threat is getting a little bit larger. The storm seems to be a little bit more messy, but as you mentioned, that circulation seems to be almost lagging behind. It seems like this cell is getting a little bit more disorganized. I'll show you what I'm talking about there on Mega Doppler. You can see it's not as well defined. There is still some spin in there that we have to worry about as it's dumping a bunch of hail as well. But Dan, it just doesn't seem as strong anymore. But of course, it's going in cycles. And the Fayetteville cell as well, also noticing a little bit of broad rotation that we'll have to watch. Not as concerned right now with the tornado threat with that one, but definitely looking at this new tornado warning.
Let's go up to that Fayetteville storm real quick, because there you see the tornado warning that goes until 9 o'clock. I want to take a look at this hail core right here, because it looks like that's lifting northeast, and this cell may be in the process of what we call splitting. And the type of environment that we've had with the wind shear is allowing these storms to split and rotate. And that's one of the things, too, that I noticed. This is actually a left split from the storm that was in eastern Oklahoma, as a little bit of energy popped off. And then you had the storm that moved northeast, which is the left split. And then you have a little bit farther south, the right mover, which is the tornado warned storm. Let's look at that hail indication real quick and check it out. And it's just to the west of Springdale, close to Taneytown. If we look at the estimated hail size, there you see the largest hail core just a little bit west of the Arvis Ballpark area. Let's take a look here, first of all, at a camera. And let's look at Arvis Ballpark here in the Springdale area. So Arkansas Children's Northwest. This is looking due west, probably see some increase in lightning. There you got the Naturals game that's going on. Like I said, many outdoor activities on this Memorial Day weekend where this could be a little bit of an issue. And yeah, there's a lightning that's happening right now. So you're probably seeing people starting to leave. And this is looking due west right into the hail core. And Zach and Peyton, make sure we keep a track on that while we're looking at these cameras, that circulation. As you know, that can ramp up pretty quick with the tornado warning that goes until 9 o'clock in Sequoyah County. But that lightning is definitely intense. We know the heat and humidity could lead to storms. It was just a matter of the energy would finally make it in, and it looks like it finally did. The storm activity has definitely blossomed and developed, and the upper level energy has finally pushed in. Here's a look at real quick, a wide view of the satellite and radar, and you'll see this storm that's in the river valley and a little bit of that left mover. You're noticing it as we slow this satellite radar loop, as that storm kind of split in eastern Oklahoma and into northwest Arkansas. Let me go back here and show you what I mean as we stop the loop, and we'll advance it just a little bit in time. So here's that storm that became tornado warned. Now watch what happens as it splits, and you see that left mover, which is typically the hail producer, moving northeast, and we'll put a new track on that and update that as that hail core will be moving into southern Benton County. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. Let's go back to the circulation here. I'm going to zoom in on live Doppler radar, take a look at the very latest radar information and the velocity signature from the Fort Smith radar. And a little bit less organized. You see still a little bit of towards and away, meaning the rain is moving away from the radar and towards the radar. So you got inbound, outbound velocities. There's the storm with the severe thunderstorm warning. It's the same one. It's just a part of the hail core. And as you mentioned, that circulation, boy, did it ramp up quick. I'm going to show you a shear track and look at how fast that circulation developed that prompted the tornado warning. Still there north of Sallisaw, so definitely keep your tornado precautions in check. Make sure that you're doing your tornado safety plan in Sequoyah County. This doesn't quite make it into Fort Smith. And if it does continue southeast, then it would be pushing into Fort Smith. But it looks like it's very slow moving. Guys, these storms are moving really, really slow. And the circulations associated with them are moving very slow as well.
Really slow. It's unsure if if they'll continue that tornado warning. But what I'm noticing, Dan, is possibly another cell interaction. So we could have some more oomph, some more help to get that storm spinning. So we got to watch that really close. So that's the thing we're watching.
We've done a lot of research on that. Cameron Nixon, an expert on cell interaction and just how important it is sometimes in completing that tornado genesis process, meaning the development of tornadoes. And like you summed it up, if you put a basketball on your finger and you hit it straight on, that's going to knock the basketball right off and stop the spin. But if you have that basketball spinning and you hit the side of the basketball, that starts spinning a little quicker. So, all right. So, yes, Dalton, our producer, is in the booth. Okay. All right, let's take up Prod PC real quick, and we'll look at a weather camera. This is one of our storm spotters, who is Michael Craddock, and he is located in the Siloam Springs area as this storm is making its way to the northeast. And this is that left split. And so now the storm isn't going to be hitting Siloam Springs officially. The warning is a little southeast of Siloam Springs, but there's new development now that's taken place over the Bentonville area. And we'll take a look at that. A very dark, ominous sky, that's for sure. Now, keep in mind, it is getting closer to nighttime, but there is that severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 9:15. This is not a tornado warned storm. This is actually what we call a left split, a storm, and so it's going to have mostly hail. But I know Peyton was mentioning a little broad rotation, and on Mega Doppler, you could take us through that and see what we're seeing with that broad circulation. Additional development popping up just to the southwest of Bentonville. So Bike Fest going to be a little bit of an issue. Bella Vista, Pea Ridge, there you're starting to see a little bit of that precipitation that's beginning to move into Beaver Lake. And if we take a look at all of the lightning activity, there is definitely an abundance of lightning. And we're talking about not only lightning for this cell, but additional cells starting to pop up. In fact, the amount of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, 43 just within this small frame. And then we work our way to the south, and you can see additional storms. Wow, look at the difference, guys. Holy cow. You got that lightning that's still pretty intense, as you saw from our WeatherBug Network camera. And let's bring that up full on our Springdale, Arkansas Children's Northwest camera, Peyton, on Weather 3. Want to go ahead and do that. We'll bring that up full. And then we'll take a look here at the satellite and radar. You can see that activity, and that's going to be on Weather 3. Yeah. So strike duration, oh, my goodness. Look at all of that activity right there. That's a tremendous amount of lightning. Zach, we need to do a new storm track in case that circulation ramps up a little bit more on that tornado-warned storm, just to let people know where that is headed. But there's definitely a lot of lightning out there.
If you want.
All right, on Weather 1.
Yep.
Zach will take us through a new storm track, and I think it's moving almost like 15 miles an hour, it seems like.
Yeah, I think you're right. The warning update said 25 miles per hour to the southeast. So that's what I set the track for. Again, it might be moving a little bit slower, so it might take a little bit longer to get to that spot, but better to be too fast than to be too slow. So here's where this storm is going to be. So again, that circulation isn't quite as strong, but we are in Sequoia County, and this storm is making its way to the southeast. That red polygon, that is the tornado warning outline, and that cone, that is the forecasted path where this storm is going to be going. So again, if you're in the Brushy School area around 8:53 p.m., and then beyond that, Brushy by around 8:55 p.m., Atkins 9:02, New Hope Church by around 9:10, and then Maple by 9:12, Remy 9:24 p.m., Roland 9:29, and then beyond that, Blue Mouse School, if they extend the warning, just a little bit outside the warning. Blue again, this storm, this cluster is going towards the Fort Smith area, still west of that. But again, this is a tornado warning. It's going to be in effect for about 14 more minutes. So that's why we're on this storm. The circulation definitely is looking a little bit weaker. Let me just switch to Mega Doppler real quick. Stand by for that. So going right to Mega Doppler. And we can see that, their circulation is definitely a little bit weaker. There it is right there. So we are looking at the Sequoia County area.
It just in, Zach, they dropped the tornado warning.
Okay.
For Sequoia County. So that's good, as that rotation is a lot more broad now. I'm glad that they dropped that. I'm glad the rotation isn't as strong.
Okay, yeah. So let's just switch back to the reflectivity. So with this storm, we also have a little bit of hail, but the hail core is going down. So the light blues, that is below 1 inch. So around a quarter size, maybe at most, with the hail core with this storm. And definitely seems to be losing steam as it tracks into the Arkansas border area. But again, if you zoom out, it's going right towards Fort Smith. That tornado warning, and that is already dropped. So just that's going to be off the screen pretty soon. And as we zoom north, we should probably start to focus on these Fayetteville storms, because these storms have some hail too. And if you go over to that hail core, you can see it right there. So again, just west of Taneytown, we're seeing hail up to maybe even golf ball size with this. Again, this storm is making its way easterly as well, and we're dealing with hail. We got the winds. Not tornado warned. This is a severe storm, but it's heading into a really populated area. Notice the hail core just west of Springdale area. So that's where it's going to be going. So let's going back to reflectivity. If we zoom out, we got a lot of lightning. We got a lot of heavy rain with this storm about to pass the Interstate 49 corridor. So if you're going to be traveling, if you're in Fayetteville, maybe going up to Rogers, definitely hold off for the time being. We have this severe storm warning. And
it's good that you mentioned that, Zach, because if you take the Rogers Pinnacle Parkway Towers camera, Dan, Weather 3, I have it full now. You can see a pretty healthy storm out there and plenty of lightning. Hopefully we don't lose another camera to lightning.
Yeah, that looks a little suspicious. That's got finally a little bit of structure too. You mentioned that. I saw you bring up that camera. We can do this. We can bring up Mega Doppler and that camera on Weather 2. So we've got it with a little 2-box on our own here. We can bring up Weather 2. There you look at the hail core, and we're looking off to the west, as you mentioned, from our Pinnacle Parkway Towers WeatherBug Network camera. And there's that cell a little bit west, looks like west-northwest slightly. But that is a look at that hail core that's coming in towards the Rogers area. Now, the tornado warning has been dropped, so we're going to return you back to programming. But we are going to continue this weather coverage on knwa.com, along with on our stream, Facebook Live. And then, of course, we have 9 o'clock newscast on our Fox 24 News at 9 television station. So Fox 24 News at 9 going to be airing on Fox 24 coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll continue to watch these storms, keep you here with your weather authority, but now we return you back to your regularly scheduled programming.
okay, so still tracking,
fast, yeah.
still tracking those storms. We dropped off the air. No more tornado warning, but these storms, blew up fast for sure.
Mm-hmm. There was a report of a rotating wall cloud, which I don't doubt one bit.
Right now, still, or
no,
at the
this
point?
Was a little bit earlier. It took a while for the report to pop up, but it did pop up eventually. This was
that
right
circulation, man.
Yeah,
and
right
2
before.
volume scans, it just cranked up.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't go very far.
So we're not yet done with these storms. We still got the Fayetteville area. Now the hail core looks to be missing Fayetteville, but if you're in Springdale, that's going to be a different story. Actually, the hail core seems to really be losing steam.
Decreasing. Yeah. Oh, there's hail in Bentonville.
It dumped a whole lot. And,
look what's happening in Bentonville. That might be right on our camera.
A little bit of hail in Bentonville
Square. Oh yeah, that's definitely. So no circulation anymore, Ronnie. It's weakened. It's gone. It was just to the north of, just to the west of Marble City. Now it has weakened significantly.
Yeah. So what's going on is we have a cold front passing through, and that's why we're dealing with these storms firing up. The atmosphere is a lot of instability. But if we zoom out, we're looking at 2 cells. Again, the Sequoia County area, and then we got some activity in northern Washington County and Benton County. And the camera look interesting. It shows a lot of lightning.
Every now and then you can see a little bit of a bounce of some hail, but on the Bentonville Square camera.
Not much.
Not a whole lot.
Go ahead and bring that up full so we can bring that up on Weather 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Definitely not a beautiful night. That's
No.
that's why we mentioned the chance of storms for this evening. I had my doubts about them, that's for sure. I had my
Yeah.
doubts that they would develop, but you could see them kind of slowly increasing, and then all of a sudden, right around 7 o'clock, 7:30, they just blew up. Rogers is loud. I know there's a lot of lightning.
Yeah.
You were on that storm, both of you guys, big time. Look at that. Is that a wall cloud off in the distance?
What? Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Looks like it.
What in the
A little
world?
bit suspicious.
I see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I know you're going to zoom in on it. It's right smack dab in the middle of the screen. Yeah. Look at that. You can see it barely in the contrast. Oh, there you go. It's lightening up now. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's off, way off in the distance. What does that storm look like rotation-wise? Oh, that's not going to be anything.
Not really. I mean, it's going to be hard to read
There's a little bit of,
too, but
yeah.
not a whole lot.
Just that one, man. That one cranked up, but it was a left. I'm pretty sure it was a left split because I was watching it, and it looked like that one kind of materialized off of this, and then that's what became the left split right there. Pretty wild. But now it looks like it's falling apart again.
And what's great is I knew this one was going to weaken because I was looking at I'll go back here. I was looking at the storm relative inflow. It was more the south. So that tornado warned storm was ingesting cooler air.
outflow.
Yep. So that's what rapidly deteriorated it after it rapidly spun up.
But at the same time, there was cell interaction, which was a positive feedback and then a negative feedback.
It just depends on what side of the boundary it was on, it seems like.
Hey, Wyatt, our weather intern, said no hail in downtown Bentonville. So it must be just a little west. Well, it might be hailing now, Wyatt. I mean, it is really close.
I'll check the P Ridge or the bug network.
Yeah. Zoom way in if you can on that hail core. Let's see where that is. So there's the Walmart warehouse. Yeah, it's a little east of the Bentonville Square. It's basically just north of NWAC right now.
Whoa. Pretty tall storm. You need to take it full or just take it on the camera. But
which one you got?
P Ridge.
Can you see it?
Good amount of structure.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of lightning every now and then, too.
Should be a pretty nice time lapse. Hey, look at that. Nice. Lisa said, we thankfully got the next gen weather call before this all started. Before the hail started. Cool.
Nice.
Hey, there's a testament right there.
Yeah, hopefully if you have like glass furniture, hopefully it gave you enough time to bring it inside.
Oh, that hail core increased a little bit.
Yeah. Looks
All right.
like it a little bit. Some very broad rotation.
You could bring up some cameras, Zach.
Yeah.
What a foxy Friday, huh?
Yeah. A frustrating Friday.
Into a frustrating week.
Well, you guys were on it, man.
Yeah.
Zach and Peyton were on it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was like trying to set up the stream, and Don was like, "There's a tornado warning. We gotta go live, dude."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, okay. Guess I'm going." And then the iPad was locking up. I can't wait to have that new iPad.
Yeah, we
Was
got
it
a
locking
new
up
one.
for you.
We got a new one coming. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Like what I was seeing wasn't what was on the screen.
I know.
And that was frustrating. You know, first time on the iPad on air. Started locking up. Hey,
it's not
we're
good.
Yeah. Hopefully that new iPad will be good.
That's why we needed it.
Michael Craddock's still alive. Looks like he's not far from the P Ridge area.
Oh, that hail core is increased too. So we'll show that. I'm going to bring that up. Yeah, the reason we dropped off of television coverage is because the tornado warning stopped. So
It's a little bit of rotation, but
Benton County special weather statement. So right over Bentonville, kind of the split, if you will. That's just got a special weather statement. So not super
Dan,
concerning, but
have
strong thunderstorm.
2 minutes off the
Mhm,
top,
mhm.
and then 4 minutes for fulls.
Okay.
Work for you?
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Good deal, Perry.
If you could do a radar tour, and then I'll say, let's take a look at the hail. Then I'm going to switch to the hail tracker. Okay. And then you can flip on maximum expected hail size, and then
Oh, I thought you were talking about right now.
no,
Like,
no, and at 5. I mean at 9
At
o'clock.
9.
Yeah.
Woo. Probably close to an inch. Maybe on the east side of Bentonville, kind of towards Little Flock. And then where the Futrell Marina is.
Ooh, nice.
And
Remember we drove up there?
make sure they got the.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Dan, is there a graphic that would best look displayed behind us?
Yep, we can do this live radar right here. I've got this looping right here.
All right. Could you let me know to hold the live radar for the background?
Yes. Polygons are getting smaller.
you want that
and
on weather
smaller.
2 or weather 1?
You can set. Pardon me.
You want that on weather 2, so it can be behind them, and then you can show what you want to show.
No, I'm gonna put it in.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yes, that'd be good. But I'll be able to bounce back to it. Yep. Wait, there's no warnings? Hold
No,
on.
there's one.
Okay.
1 minute. It's probably gonna drop off here fairly
That's
soon.
because I got the active watches here. Go ahead, watches.
These
There we
are some
go.
very slow moving storms.
Yeah, they are.
What's funny is when I was watching this, it had a special weather statement. I was like, okay, man, hey, I left my dinner at home. I don't have time to go get it. They're like, I'll get something fast. I went to Cane's, was watching the radar the whole time, not while driving, of course. And then I saw severe right as I got back in here.
Yeah.
Mega Doppler. I was like, okay, I'll start getting Facebook Live ready. And then tornado warning. I was like,
I was like, oh, that storm's spinning. I've got to get in there ASAP. Yeah, it popped up. It popped up quick. But now it's kind of falling apart a little bit.
Accurate to say we still have severe weather moving through our area?
Yep, we do. It's tornado time is not going to be legit anymore. We'll still leave it on just in case.
Taking you further. This is Fox 24 News at 9.
Good evening, folks, and thank you for joining us tonight at 9. Now, we are beginning this hour right away with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, who's been tracking severe weather moving through our area as we speak. Dan?
Yeah, that's right, Peyton. Peyton and Zach were on this storm as it was developing in eastern Oklahoma. And now, Perry, we've got thunderstorms that continue to pop up across the region. And there's a lot of outdoor activities that are going on. People enjoying the outdoors on this Memorial Day weekend as we kick it off here on Friday. But you're going to notice here on Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler, we've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that remain. One that's about to expire shortly. We had a tornado warning earlier as we were doing weather coverage. Let's focus on that tornado warning storm real quick, and then we'll work our way into northwest Arkansas. This storm had a tornado warning until a little before 9 o'clock. The rotation quickly ramped up, but cell interactions both interacted with increasing the rotation and then decreasing it. Now we've got just basically general thunderstorms that are moving towards Cedarville. Nothing even severe with that, but maybe still some small hail. Then we work our way northward, and we'll take a look at what we have in northwest Arkansas. Severe thunderstorm warning that's moving through the Springdale, Fayetteville area. It's just a little north of Fayetteville, but Bentonville also. Let's take a look at the hail indication with this as we pause it. You'll notice on our Mega Doppler hail tracker, a little bit of hail coming through the northwest Arkansas area, decreasing a little bit in size, but on Highway 62, just to the south of Pea Ridge, you're getting a little bit of that hail that's going to be headed towards Garfield. So we got a lot of WeatherBug Network cameras. We'll show you more coming up in the rest of the 9 o'clock Fox 20 forecast in just a bit. But there's that live radar. You saw the looping animation of frontal boundaries moving through, and that's what fired off these thunderstorms. And we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that officially goes until 10 o'clock. So these storms could still remain severe for about another hour or so. In fact, we take a look here at the severe thunderstorm watch. There you see it highlighted over our entire area. And it looks like that last warning just expired as well. So these storms could ramp up. But remember, they still have a lot of lightning, Perry. So just be aware of that. And the rain chances will be dropping off later on tonight. So what's the rest of the Memorial Day weekend looking like? Well, we're going to have that coming up in just a bit. Another chance of storms late tomorrow night. So you don't want to let down your guard, and I'll show you why coming up in just a bit.
All right, looking forward to that, Dan. Thank you. Let's get to our top story this evening. As a report researchers call waist deep says Tyson Foods dumped hundreds of millions of pollutants into the country's waterways from 2018 to 2022. The report's lead researchers say Tyson Foods is operating within regulations, but now are calling for those regulations to be updated.
Fox 24's Casey Smith has our update.
Okay, so we're in the middle of the 9 p.m. newscast right now, so got to be a little bit quiet. Just got into a package. No more severe storms as of right now, but there is still some hail ongoing. So we got some comments, maybe some rotation. Hold on. Broad rotation west of Rogers. Yeah. So let's
got pretty windy.
Let's check that out. So yeah, a little bit of broad rotation. You know, again, nothing is severe right now. We got some small hail. We got some gusty winds.
It's almost like a convergent wind pattern.
Yeah, but see, this is affecting a lot of people. It's going right over Interstate 49. Maybe get a traffic camera up, see if we can see any kind of like heavy rain.
That'd be a bad idea.
Impacting traffic.
This is definitely impacting travel conditions.
But here's the storm that prompted us to go on air. It was that severe storm in Sequoia County. Now it's not severe. Not really even seeing any hail with us.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and take weather too. Some heavy rain. Right near, I-49 Lowell.
Okay.
So Monroe Avenue.
Yeah, let me take weather too.
Or I guess that's weather 1. Yeah, that's I-49 Lincoln South, Monroe Avenue camera. Some heavy rain. You see people driving with their hazards on. Definitely impacting travel conditions as of right now.
Yeah, Jeff, we'll talk about tomorrow night into Sunday morning. We'll talk about that.
Nice, Denton. Pop the comment.
Yeah.
Zach was confused on who did that.
Vehicles stopped on Highway 62. Oh yeah.
Look at the Rogers camera, dude. The wind is crazy. From Rogers. It's impressive.
Plans for me to have before the discharge. We reached out to the Environmental Protection Agency for comment. We haven't heard back.
Yeah, so here's our Rogers Pinnacle Parkway Tower camera.
Downsides and Springdale.
According to police, the accident happened near South 20th Street and Rogers Avenue near Northside High School. Police say the cyclist was not using the crosswalk when he was struck by the police vehicle. The cyclist was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A Fayetteville man will spend the next 20 years behind bars for drug trafficking. Court documents say several law enforcement agencies were told that Ulysses Bush was allegedly distributing substantial amounts of meth across Northwest Arkansas. That's from November 2022 to January 2023. Police carried out several controlled buys from Bush during a search warrant on a storage unit leased by Bush. The 4th Judicial District Drug Task Force said it found meth, fentanyl pills, body armor, and a firearm, which was arrested in April of 2023 for possession of drug paraphernalia and resisting arrest. In continuing coverage this evening, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers announces all but one of its swim beaches are now back open. 10 of the lake's 12 swim beaches had to be closed due to E. coli last week, and now Campsite Island is the only one that remains closed.
The hail has moved into a very rural area, just southeast of PUH.
There's a lot of lightning over Whitney Mountain Lodge, though.
Yeah, a little bit
to reopening.
south of Garfield.
Many area pools are reopened. Some are just in time for this holiday weekend. The Wilson Park Pool in Fayetteville.
This is going to be affecting Garfield.
Yeah. The Melbourne Port Aquatic Center.
Yeah, definitely will see.
Springdale Aquatic Center opens Saturday at noon. Aquatic Center opens
Look at that.
Saturday. The Sunland Springs Family Aquatic Center opens at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And the Wilson Park Pool in Fayetteville again opens tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Well, still got a severe storm watch till 10 p.m.
Website and some others. That's all on Fox.
So I'll probably keep the stream going.
A lawsuit that Arkansas.
But,
more than
yeah, we can
a
keep it going
dozen
for a little
other
bit.
states filed against
But
the
as of right
federal
now, it's pretty
law,
quiet.
tobacco, firearms, and explosives over the federal gun sales
Yeah,
rule
this is
change
pretty much it.
just tossed out in the natural state. The U.S. District Judge.
You know, I thought these storms would pop up quick with all that instability.
Where the plaintiffs live. Fox 24 is Samantha Boyd.
If the upper level support was here, and it did, it made it.
It showed water vapor.
Yeah.
That'd be good to
Oh,
see.
look at that. Look at the cell interactions. One's
It all
moving
came
south,
together.
one's moving north.
Yeah, Ava, those storms, they're moving out of Bentonville right now. I mean, still, though, you can see it. Here's Bentonville right there. Still seeing some rain. Lightning is in the area, but nothing is severe right now. And these are going to be out of here.
Yeah, you're outside. Right now, right now.
P Ridge and Garfield. It might be out of P Ridge, just maybe in Garfield.
Almost looks like it's running out of. Oh wait, where's that tornado? Texas. Texarkana, man, they had a.
We'd like to talk loudly, Pam, but
Yeah.
in the middle of a 9 p.m. newscast, so we kind of have to talk in between. the
Right now
stories.
we're in a SOT, so you can't, or we're in the middle of a package, but it's coming out. And you guys aren't wearing IFB, so you don't know when it's going to be a package or not. Oh, you do. You do have the IFB.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
Yeah, I
cool.
was on air.
I just didn't know if you still had it on. I know you
Yeah.
clearly on air.
Yeah, I know. Have it. Sometimes you gotta tune it out. Someone said they had their porch tore up by winds in Cave Springs.
Oh,
That was our Samantha Boyd. Now, if you're interested in riding Ferris wheel, Springdale, as you covered soon, the annual spring
Tommy, we
carnival
do have
is back at
Instagram.
Carson Stadium.
It's right here.
Enjoy fun rides, games, and concessions there.
yeah, take them
The
through
carnival is
that.
open from 1 to 11 p.m. on Saturday. Sunday, each
Two
ride will
rumbles of
tickets
thunder.
that can
That's
be
coming
purchased
right
at
towards
official
Eureka
or
Springs.
an armband for $30.
Still don't have the dew points.
Look at that little bit of hail.
Neil Rhodes lives in Fayetteville. He said the carnival is a great
Salazar.
opportunity to hang out with your friends.
Small hail core, but that's over an inch.
The carnival runs
A little bit
through
more
the
hail on
second.
the east side of
You can find
Warren.
more details about hours of operation over on the
A
website.
little bit of power outages.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, we'll take a
Now,
look.
if your little ones have got baseball fever, hey, we've got a cure for you.
Get the
Northwest
teas
Arkansas Naturals are inviting 150 area kids for the team's baseball clinic. Clinic is open to kids 6
through 12 and will cover key baseball fundamentals. You can also register on the Naturals website. The clinic is taking place on Saturday, June 22nd at Arvest Ballpark. Memorial Day travel is expected to be a busy time for travelers. Find out what that means for any of your getaway plans in just a bit. But first, let's go ahead and check back in with meteorologist Dan Scoff. Dan, continuing to monitor conditions actively moving through our coverage area.
Yeah, and that's right. And even though the storms aren't severe, we're hearing about some strong wind gusts as we're doing a live update right now on Facebook as well as Fox24News.tv, our website. And people are saying those winds were strong enough to cause some sporadic power outages. Some people getting hail also kind of did a little bit of damage to their porch. We'll take a look at the latest radar and what you can expect as we go throughout your Memorial Day weekend. That's all coming up in your Fox 24 cast right after the break.
You're watching Fox 24 News at
1,200
Yes, sir.
people without power.
How many?
1,200.
1,200 in Washington and Benton County. Okay.
41 in Washington County.
Wait till you see the Beaver Lake camera.
Is that weather too?
This is weather 2. Yes. Would you like to take this full, Dan? Weather 2.
I could probably share my screen and take it because Dan is building a show.
Yeah.
See if I can figure out how to do that. No, I can just do it this way.
Whoa.
Sit down, yeah. Hey, Dan,
Yo.
wanted to put on your radar that we'll be.
Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Yeah, there you go. This is gonna happen after.
Oh,
this
yeah.
video.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we were watching that circulation. The tornadoes were insane.
We got a viewer video.
Not viewer, just something that we've got nationally, but it's good video, so we'll be chatting about it.
Yeah.
Coming up.
From the storm that just happened?
No. This is from the tornadoes near Altus, Oklahoma
Oh.
yesterday. They were pretty impressive.
So you can see those are the power outages.
Look at the wind shear, man.
Go to Benton County. That's kind of hard to see.
Hey, do you want us to pull up the power outages on prod for us to chat about
Yeah.
Coming out of your full?
Yeah, we can do that.
Benton County has the most by a lot. You want a specific county? New flood advisory for Sequoia County. A slow-moving storm, heavy
Very
rain,
slow.
gonna lead to some flooding.
Maybe a little bit of a hail core.
Yeah.
1 minute.
So we got about 1 minute until Dan does his forecast, and we'll show you that live right here.
Can you do the P Ridge camera and point it southeast since the time lapse is over? Might as well take it to the lightning. Ride the lightning. Oh, wow. Whitney Mountain Lodge is getting rocked.
Yeah, a lot of comments about the
Oh.
lightning.
Yeah, lightning's a lot. That's what we were saying when we were talking about make sure you guys get off the lake. You know, we were mentioning that there were going to be storms right around sunset. Watch that lake forecast.
That's southeast, right?
Yeah, southeast. And that should get a nice view.
You want it full?
It doesn't matter. I'm bringing it up.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
bringing it up.
So you don't
here.
need it.
Yeah. There's nothing in Waldron right now, right? No. Okay.
4, all right, 3, 2, 1.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
A very unusual day where you have a lot of warmth and humidity, and you're seeing these waves of thunderstorms. We saw our first round in the late morning. Maybe some of that caught you off guard as thunderstorms rolled in late morning into the early afternoon and was gone. Beautiful sunshine throughout the rest of the day until sunset. Look at those billowing thunderstorms, and boy, it doesn't take long when you have this much heat and humidity, and you're seeing another wave of energy swing through. So we had the jet stream energy. Watch this time lapse from our P Ridge Junior High School WeatherBug Network camera. Totally sunny, but boy, you can see the haze. Also, look at the wind shear. Low-level winds out of the southwest, upper-level winds from the southwest as well, and the west. Now, this is the lightning that people are experiencing. This is looking from our P Ridge Junior High School WeatherBug Network camera. We turn the camera southeast, looking right into the storm. And this is a look at Beaver Lake. If you're boating, you're probably like, oh my goodness, I hope I get to the dock quick, because here's a look at all the lightning from our Whitney Mountain Lodge WeatherBug Network camera. That's just to the southeast of Garfield. You can see the heavy rain. Camera is a little bit slow with the connection, but you can definitely see those flashes occurring, and Beaver Lake off in the distance. So here's a look at the Fort Smith Public Library. Things are a lot quieter, but we still have that thunderstorm that was tornado warned earlier, has since dropped off. So Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler, not a whole lot of activity behind these two individual cells, but that slow-moving cell prompted a flood advisory and a little bit of hail that's coming down in the Sallisaw area. And we can see that other cluster of storms making its way into western Carroll County. How about Siloam Springs right now? Everything's pretty quiet. Temperatures, we've been having a little bit of an issue. It's not with our system. It's with the national reporting sensors, the METARs as we call them. You can see a lot of them are down. And there's been some finicky things, to say the least, with computer model forecasts, with equipment not working. But there's a look at the watches right now that are in progress, and no warnings over our area, but this watch goes for about another 44 minutes or so until about 10 o'clock. And I think that's when the severe weather threat's going to begin to wind down. But you still see a frontal boundary moving through. That prompted the thunderstorm development. They developed pretty quick. Let's show you here as we loop the live radar, a few isolated storms. There's that storm that developed, and then one storm in particular turned southeast. That's what prompted the tornado warning. Now things are beginning to quiet down just a little bit. But there's a look at that cell interaction. Look at it, initially started to spin up. Now this cell's increasing a little bit. And maybe if that continues on an increasing trend, possibly a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Sequoia and northern LaFleur County. And then there's a cell that moved through Springdale and Fayetteville and continuing northeast of Eureka Springs. A lot of fuel for these thunderstorms, because you step out the door, you see the haze and the mugginess. Almost looks like you're in a smoke haze, but that's that mugginess that's still around. Now, throughout the day tomorrow, we're looking great weather-wise. No problems with the weather. But notice what happens as we go into our Saturday late night into early Sunday morning. We've got some thunderstorm potential, and I'll show you what I mean by that as a weather system swings in. Now, this is a future track model. Not doing a terrible job, but it shows the activity dying off. And then look at our Saturday. Most of the day beautiful, even all evening until we get into the overnight hours. But there might be a trend where this activity might be focused just a little bit more to our northwest. But as you see, like today, you cannot let down your guard with these storms. So we've got a level 4 that's west of us, doesn't include us. Our northwestern sections does include a level 3. This is for an enhanced risk of severe weather. All hazards will be possible. Now, here's the good news. Memorial Day, to celebrate those that have sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice and for our freedoms for Memorial Day, we will never forget. But there you see a gorgeous Memorial Day to enjoy. Lower 80s, light northerly winds. Sunday, nice weather, but not the best for boating, as those winds will probably be pretty strong to make those lakes a little bit choppy. And remember, the storms overnight Saturday into Sunday could cause some issues for camping. So there's a look at your forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday in the lower to middle 80s. Storm chances will make a return, but right in the smack dab middle of that, Perry, we've got a gorgeous Memorial Day to look forward to. And I know there's a lot of people that are, you know, obviously going to take advantage of that sunshine. The pools are opening up, and, you know, there's going to be some nice weather during the afternoon. I know my daughter's like, I'm going to get some tanning in tomorrow. She is ready to get some sunshine.
Yeah, I've got like the Annie mentality. The sun will come out tomorrow. Right now.
There you go.
Yeah, and before
That's
we
your bottom dollar.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Right.
Now, hopefully, when people are making their plans this weekend, they're not interrupted by these power outages. We're going to pull this up real quick, and we were kind of alluding to this earlier, but it does look like we've got a few thousand power outages across our state, and more than 1,000 right now in Benton County. If we want to go ahead and select that, maybe break it down a little bit further, you can see there what was being reported by poweroutages.us. So, Dan, these storms definitely affecting our residents this evening. And this is just the latest in what has been a string of so much active weather.
It really has. It's been so active. And Oklahoma is going to get rocked tomorrow again.
Oh,
they already got it yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Southwest Oklahoma really getting hit hard.
Oklahoma really has had such an active month. And we actually have video here displaying multiple tornadoes caught on camera in Oklahoma, touching down near the small town of Duke. And look at that formation, Dan. You can speak to this better than I can from what Storm Chases captured this.
That is not an alleged
Thursday.
tornado. That is a tornado. There's no doubt about that.
And look at this, a few spin-ups right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. Those are called multiple vortices. So you've got multiple vortices within the parent circulation. And it's sometimes those multiple vortices that will destroy one house, and then the house right next to it doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Wow. So definitely keep our neighbors to our west in our thoughts and our prayers as we're moving forward. And hopefully this is the end of all this active weather we have been seeing, Dan.
You know, I think Josh Rugger might be doing storm chase mode activated tomorrow in Oklahoma.
Me. Yeah.
And it's looking like, unfortunately, a very volatile setup again for severe weather. Now, those storms may not make it here, but we'll be watching it closely.
Okay. All right, Dan. Well, thank you for keeping us up to date. Let's go ahead and pivot, switch gears a bit to check in with Alyssa Orange.
A change up.
Yeah. Heading out in the Pig Trail Nation set. Hey, Alyssa.
And coming up in your Pig Trail Nation report, it's all about the offense, how the Razorbacks can get it going. Plus, one guy that has been steady for the Razorbacks just got to keep it going into the postseason. That's next.
Pull us up. There we go. Yep. We're on commercial break right now.
I think the storm might go severe.
I think you're right. I really do.
Because we got some hail going on here.
The hail is definitely increased a little bit as soon as it got over across that little part of the lake. Excuse me. Yeah, it's.
Did you see that Garfield camera, the Whitney Mountain Lodge?
Oh yeah, there's so much lightning.
That would be a scary night on the lake, man.
Yeah.
So just to show you, and I know weathermen aren't always right, and I get that.
No one's always right.
Nope, exactly. Well, there is one that's always right.
Oh yes, sir.
Not on this earth. But let's go to bring up that Beaver Lake forecast. So this is from yesterday. This is what we made yesterday. And watch for storms near sunset. 40% chance of storms in the evening. And then you'll notice Saturday looks nice, but sketchy weather at night. It's not out of the question that storms could happen overnight Saturday into Sunday. I noticed the trends are taking that activity a little bit farther north. Maybe the energy that's swinging in, because we're kind of looking at the water vapor, and maybe that's lifting north a little more than expected. But
Maybe.
All it does is take a little bit to fire off storms. So
Sure does.
hey, I want to give a shout out to these guys right here, man. These fellas right here on it.
Yeah, good job.
Like
Perry.
a fly on stick paper.
No, shout out to
Perry
all
was
of you
on
too. Perry
Yeah,
and Marcus was here too. Dalton
yeah.
telling me to hurry up. We gotta get on air.
Like a fly on stick
All
paper.
hands on
Yeah.
deck when it happens.
Yep, absolutely. Good job, fellas.
So, I mean, I think the storm up here in Benton County, I think that might go severe.
It's almost worth switching to the Springfield radar. Maybe we can do that on WSI, so we don't have to switch it
Yeah,
on GR.
yeah. Let's check it out.
Thursday. This is all pre-recorded, right?
We could bring this up. So we'll take a look at the different radars
There's
here.
some stuff after the.
I'm gonna stop this. I got to build another show, but
Or
so
maybe not.
Huh?
Maybe not. Might
still
not
has
go severe.
some gusty winds. You might want to look at the velocities too. So
Yeah, just
here's the velocity with and then we'll take a look at the cursor here.
I'm getting 40 mile per
Let's
hour.
do a query.
40 mile per hour gusts.
Oh, Caitlin, yeah, you can go to sleep in Fayetteville.
Oh yeah. Meters per second. What? Hey, okay.
That needs to
Stand
change.
by. How what? Whoa. Oh. What? Hold on. Unless you want to do meters per second, we can. I mean, that's what we use the math equations with, right? Meters per second.
Yeah. Can't convert that fast. I can do Celsius to Fahrenheit pretty fast. That's about it. In UTC, that's about it.
Now we got it.
More activity popping.
Miles per hour.
Hello.
Yeah, I saw those.
You think that's going to have enough juice, if you will?
Nope. It's gonna move into a rain-cooled environment.
Sure looks
Cold front's
like
already
it.
passed. It's on the backside.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty weak sauce.
Let's see how fast that's developing. Yeah. That's right in the area.
Cold front's already through that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at this. Okay, so I want to look real quick at the upper level energy because this has been puzzling me all day. So let's take a look here at the upper level energy. And there you see that southwesterly flow, and oh no, it's
Ooh,
southwest flow.
hurricane.
You can see it right there.
Take like the high res.
I guess it was right on the leading edge of those high cloud. Remember we were saying, I was like, well, yep, there it is. I still had my doubts, considering how everything has gone this entire week.
Oh, yeah. 9 p.m. would be better than the 5:30 on this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, severe storm coming.
All right, severe thunderstorm coming back
There it is.
for this.
There we go. That's the one we were mentioning. I bet you it's going to include southeastern Sequoia and northeastern LaFleur. Does it go to LaFleur? Let's
Yes,
see.
it does.
Yes, it does. And Sebastian. You can bring it up on weather. I've got it up on weather 1. There's your latest warning.
Mhm.
Now, unfortunately, this is an isolated cell, so this could prompt maybe a little bit of rotation. We'll see.
Almost outflow
Well,
dominant.
it is outflow
Because
dominant.
you see the
I
outflow
can
right
see the
there.
outflow boundary. Yes, that is correct.
Correct.
here it is right here. That's the outflow boundary. So if you put this into motion, yeah.
It's gonna get a little gusty.
Trying to get the billboard.
Force me.
Oh, I bet lightning has been picking up. Let's check it out.
Arcoma. And yeah, like it.
Here we
Pretty
go.
gusty. Mill Creek, South Fort Smith. Strong
So
winds.
this will give us an idea. Let's save that. There's that lightning. Oh. Why can't I save that? It's weird. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
Minnesota shows
What?
bad.
And
But,
just has a
It's got
somewhat
a
of cutout.
got a appendage.
We're up 12.
I know.
Little.
There's still a little bit of match trying to fire up all this pretty weak sauce.
Nice little.
Yeah, so there's that cell right there. Definitely outflow.
Oh yeah, you can see it right along the bottom part of your screen there.
But I bet the hail's going up.
What? Oh, yeah. Doesn't seem like it's going up in size, but in terms of
Larger?
not larger hail, but
What is
larger
Why
coverage.
can't you-
But definitely some hail with the storm.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still in Sequoia County here. Very rural area, but Maple, Blackjack, that's where it is. Yeah, just north of Muldrow.
Yeah.
But eventually, this storm is going to be going in
Wow.
the Fort Smith area.
You can really see that.
You can see
Will it
that.
be dropping a little
Look,
south?
There's an outflow initiated storm too, and over Van Buren, the very end of the loop.
Right there.
There, now you can see that. That little outflow initiated.
So we're in the middle of our newscast. In case you guys are wondering what's going on, we're covering some different stuff with the storms, and so we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's for southeastern Sequoia, northeastern LaFleur, and northwestern Sebastian. So it does not include Van Buren officially, but definitely some activity with the lightning. You can see that lightning too.
Yeah, see that lightning.
Yeah, we'll take a look at
Oh.
this here, give you an idea on the Fort Smith Public Library camera, and a little bit of a supercell structure to it. Now that's looking
No, that's the-
northwest a
that's the
little
shelf
bit.
cloud.
Yeah,
Or
that's
I
looking a
guess
little
the
bit to the
outflow.
northwest because Rogers Avenue runs southeast to northwest. So the actual cell on that, let's do Miss Laura's and point that. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'd definitely give you an idea of the lightning. So that is looking southwest there. And yeah, you can see all that lightning.
One, three, two, one, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
And we're in the middle of our newscast, so we can't really say a lot very loud.
Welcome back. Memorial Day travel is expected to hit.
Still show the radar,
20-year
though.
high this
Oh,
week,
yeah.
And the busy holiday
So,
may be an indicator
there
of
it
travel
is.
trends for summer too. Washington DC correspondent Anna Brand spoke to experts to find out what that means for
This
New York.
severe storm warning is in effect until 10:15. So, about 45 more minutes. Still moving pretty slow.
Yeah.
But we got lightning, got
Hail, gusty winds.
some heavy rain too.
Oof. Man.
Oh,
Yeah, that Whitney Mountain Lodge camera is lighting up. Get off of it. It's going to be under Garfield. Yeah. That's what people are experiencing right there.
oh, okay. Yeah, I see your comment, Pam. Hold on. Yeah, so we're back in Sequoia County here. This is
Zoom in a little bit.
northeast of Fort Smith. You can see it right there. So it's in the Remy Muldrow area.
Can you do another tour?
Yeah. Yeah, so we can just do a
Serious lightning, yeah.
zoom out and see what's going on.
I don't think it's gonna have
You're headed out
rotation.
to
I think it's
the lake
out
this
from
Memorial
down
Day
there.
weekend. Be sure to keep an eye on the
A
weather.
lot of lightning.
Shannon Hill with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Benton, Carroll County.
Severe weather is in the forecast, but rangers will sometimes patrol campsites to warn visitors of storms moving into the area. But it's not always a guarantee. She said it's important to be prepared ahead of time, just in case.
I'm gonna start right off with the severe thunderstorm warning, Zach.
Yeah. No, Taylor, not a lot of rotation.
So it says in addition
Not
to
a lot of
preparing for
rotation
severe weather, if you plan on being on the
for
lake,
this storm and for
life
the other
jacket,
storm.
don't drink and drive in. Of course, be aware of other
I think
folks.
Rogers is done.
And if you aren't sure how to
Yeah.
celebrate your long weekend, there's a list of events that are going on. Bentonville's Farmer Market.
I mean, there is some broad rotation,
Dog Day. Bring your
but
furry companion to the farmer's market tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. for a range of different activities. Hub State Park is hosting group hikes and a nature workshop. The workshop covers
okay,
how to
Daniel.
edible plants,
So your
fish,
question,
snakes,
when is the
look
best
how to work.
time to be
And
back
the Fayetteville
outside?
National Cemetery will host a Memorial Day ceremony at 10 a.m. and is on Monday. You can volunteer
I
tomorrow.
think it's starting to move out.
Starting to move out, but there's still a lot of lightning. So I'd probably wait at least a half hour.
To help address the overdose epidemic, crack down on drug trafficking. Washington correspondent Michelle Hudson has more on.
Ooh, amazing lightning from Gravit.
No, can't do that.
That's right. We can do
I will get that Gravit camera working though.
Decatur maybe. Point
Yeah.
it east.
Yeah, point east. Clear right above us. Yeah, that's you're gonna see the ambles. Yeah, take that Decatur camera and point it east. Oh yeah, let's do a weather 3, Zach, with multiple cameras.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a pole. Wait, no, there's not.
No.
Nope.
Let's see. Yeah, let's do like a 9-panel here.
Oh, it's fireworks.
They're doing the fireworks again?
Arvis Ballpark.
Yeah. Okay, do that 9-panel, Zach. Make it full screen. Oh, there you go. That doesn't have Arvis though. I'm gonna drag it in there.
Take your shot. Time now is 9:36, and cyclists from all over the world descended on Northwest Arkansas. The Newscast Bike Fest is back for
Well,
another year, bringing in
that is
top
not
talent.
lightning. Those are fireworks.
Yeah.
Journalist Brad Horn. Yeah.
Well, it looks like
There it goes.
yeah, the storms are moving out of P Ridge. But I would still wait like a half hour because we still got some lightning in the area.
What if a lightning bolt comes shooting down, strikes those fireworks, and then comes down? That's possible.
Arvis Ballpark, they usually have some great
They
fireworks shows.
are we coming up after this? All right.
So we're looking at fireworks right now, but there is some natural fireworks going on. We got Still have a severe storm again, inching closer towards Fort Smith. Is your cheese coming up after this?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're looking at Sequoia County, and this storm is heading into the Fort Smith area. We got some hail up to.
That
We
last
go
statement
both sides.
is not wrong. That was our chief photojournalist, Brad Horn, showing off his skills there. Now, events continue through the weekend. For more information about the Pennsylvania
Is it over?
head to our website.
They're still
Fox
going.
24
They already have the finale.
Now,
That
folks,
might have
you
been the
are
finale.
Memorial Day is a time to honor our heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice. And some of our local vets are marking the weekend by sharing what that day means to them.
I'll show you how after the break. But first, let's go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff. Now, Dan, at the beginning of this hour, we are tracking storms moving through our area. How are those progressing?
So we still have a storm in the River Valley that became severe warned since we last had our Fox 20 forecast. Goes until 10:15. There's also a lot of flashes of light over northwest Arkansas. Some from nature, others man-made. There's fireworks that went on at Harvest Ballpark. But that makes sense. The storms have moved well east of the northwest Arkansas Naturals Harvest Ballpark. And there you see the fireworks are over. The lights are back on. We just missed it. However, we'll show you the storms and who won't be missing, maybe some hail that could be coming down soon. We'll have the details on that in your Fox 20 forecast right after the break. Oh, yeah.
So
I should have just stayed in the weather lab.
we are.
Because the iPad was like locked on. I should have just stayed in the
Tonight?
weather lab.
Oh, in the weather lab?
Yeah, when I was on.
Dan's about to do his full weather, so we're going to
Hate when
stand
it
by for
locks
that.
up. Can't wait to
But
get that new one.
Sammy, I do see your question right there. How tall is the storm in Carroll County? We can show you that information.
Yeah, you had that mouse.
I do have that mouse, so stand by on that. Let me take Mega Doppler. Now let me head up to Carroll County. Again, this storm, a whole lot of lightning, in the storm. See all that one? There it is. We got heavy rain, got some small hail.
And that's lightning grouped. So
Yeah.
there's actually even more than that.
The hail is kind of going down,
There's like groups of 10.
but we still have a lot of heavy rain. So again,
So look at the echo tower.
we're looking at Carroll County, and Sammy's question was how tall are these storms? So we're looking at
50? Close to 50,000
45?
feet?
up to
40 to
50,000
50?
feet.
See, let's
Yeah.
get some of the
So
rain
they're
out.
pretty tall.
Yeah.
46.6, 46.9, 47,000. Those are pretty big.
Lacey, we see your question about Cave Springs. Power's out because, well, we had some gusty winds pass through.
Strong thunderstorm.
We had a severe storm pass through. Rachel, I see your comment. Hot Springs Village.
Ooh.
Peyton knows about Hot Springs
What?
Village.
Someone's asking about Hot Springs Village?
Yeah,
My grandfather lives in Hot Springs Village.
it's down here, right?
Yeah, I can show you. It's actually north of Hot
Peyton?
Springs. Yeah.
Let's have Peyton take over. Peyton's got some family in Hot Springs Village area.
Yeah, my grandfather lives
Oh,
in
man.
the southern part of the village.
So-
Not far from the lake.
Rachel, that is a
Lakes.
severe storm.
That has way
Yep.
too much.
Severe thunderstorm. Hot Springs Village has been getting ton of hail
They probably had a lot of
for a
hail
long time.
like about 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I probably just passed through Hot Springs.
sure did. Right through the Hot Springs Village.
Yeah.
So kind of severe weather all over the place. A lot of lightning here.
Wow,
A lot of lightning there. I know. Isn't that a ton of lightning?
Yeah, let's see a Fort Smith camera here. Stand by on that.
Yeah.
Let me
Main menu.
That storm has lightning, but the other one has even more. So
Yeah.
it might be going severe. This one, look at this one. This one's got a ton of lightning.
I see your
How many
comment
strikes?
about the tornadic
284
comment.
in 15 minutes. What's up about the tornadic comment?
Just asking about that Fort Smith storm.
Oh
And-
yeah,
and
not tornado. warned.
no, it's not tornado warned, and it
It
looks
won't-
gusting
it's,
out.
it's outflow dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
look,
is that? And it's like all like bursts out of that one spot.
That's along the cold front. That's what it is. Is the cold front that lifting mechanism?
Like right here, is this what
I
you're
see the
talking about?
comment on tomorrow's storm
Right there.
system.
Yeah. What's
So-
up with that?
So
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
well, it's been a busy one, that's for sure, as those thunderstorms have developed. We've been tracking these live on Fox24News.tv, giving you some interactivity too. You ask a question, we answer it to the best of our ability in terms of location and some of the reports that are coming out. There's a look at the severe thunderstorm warning that's about to cross I-40, the hail core just to the east of Muldrow, west of Fort Smith. This has quarter-size hail along with 60-mile-an-hour winds. The warning goes for about another half hour until 10:15. It does include Fort Smith, south of Fort Smith, Barling, Roland, all those areas, but Van Buren not included actually in the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, as we put this into motion, you can see it dropping southeast. There's also this green line that's on the screen. That's important because that's an outflow boundary, which means that this storm is gusted out. Outflow dominant does not prompt tornado potential unless this storm starts speeding up and catches up with the outflow boundary. Then the storm rides the boundary. So that can happen. Now, there is a lot of lightning. People are mentioning the lightning is insane in western Carroll County, northern Madison County, moving over Beaver Lake. Finally, that storm is about to move out. But we had some fireworks earlier. Now everything's quiet from our WeatherBug Network camera at Arkansas Children's Northwest. Here is a time lapse of what happened this afternoon in the Fort Smith area. You had a wave of storms that came through. Additional storms popped up during the second half of the day, right at sundown. There you see that sun setting. Let's take a look at some of the lightning off to the east-southeast of Pea Ridge. People are saying Military State Park was really cranking up with the lightning, and Whitney Mountain Lodge was pretty intense before. You still see some flashes. Whew, camera's still working. Sometimes there's a lot of lightning, cameras up on high spots, and lightning tends to strike the tallest object first. Here's a look at the Fort Smith Public Library. Current conditions. We have that storm that's off to the west. Lightning not nearly as intense as what's happening, though, in western Carroll County, and I'll show you that. There's Mega Doppler. Thunderstorm severe, probably going to be weakening pretty soon. We're zooming in on that. Let's look at the hail core. It looks like it's a lot smaller. Keep in mind, as it gets closer to the radar, sometimes that hail core appears to be weakening, but it's just the radar that can't pick up all the higher slices of the storm. Current conditions, well, it's warm. We know that. Here's the severe thunderstorm watch that goes until 10 o'clock tonight. This might be the last warning of the day, or of the evening, if we will, till 10 o'clock. And you'll notice that thunderstorm that's western Carroll County. I want to show you the lightning because what we're going to do is zip in and look at our lightning counter. Now, you can see the amount of lightning strikes over that storm, and that's severe. We'll zip in on that. And the amount of lightning from this is about 13 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes over the last 15 minutes. Then you go to this highly electrified storm, and you've got 209 over the last 15 minutes, drop down to just 205 there. But you see all those lightning flashes that are occurring. Back to this storm in the River Valley, you notice the tornado warning that was earlier in progress. That has since weakened and moved off. Now, real quick forecast for what's happening this Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day is looking great. Saturday night into Sunday morning could see some thunderstorm activity. Just to show you what we mean, here's that future track model. Remember, these models have not been perfect by any means, but it's our guidance, and it's about the only thing that we can go off of, except intuition and sometimes that gut feeling. But you see the thunderstorms remaining to the north, and maybe a few storms roll in during the early morning hours. It's something we have to watch because we do have that heightened severe weather threat early Sunday morning. It's not going to be during the day on Saturday. That's good news. Saturday night into Sunday morning, that's when that activity could pop up. Memorial Day is going to be marvelous. Absolutely gorgeous weather, lower 80s Tuesday through Friday. We have temperatures in the lower to middle 80s with northwest flow, and that means thunderstorms that could be popping up, Perry. So we'll be watching that as well. And this weekend, like I said, afternoons looking good to catch some rays.
Yeah. All right. Well, looking forward to finally seeing the sun. That will feel great.
Yes, exactly. A sun without thunderstorms that follow
Please.
it.
That would be ideal. I appreciate you, Dan. Now, in a small town in Arkansas, they're making a big splash in the pool. Batesville High School's swim team is winning state championship after state championship. Their coach says there's a key to all that success he first learned at a young age.
Come diving in. and finding their flow. And the small
That was diving in. They showed the swimming.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I didn't even see it. I was like, wait, what?
That's pretty
That's
cool.
what I did. Like as I was in the King's drive-thru,
Yeah,
I was like, radar updates about to get strong.
nice.
Across the county. About 30 minutes. Sure enough, it did.
Yeah, I saw that severe storm and then just blew up.
Oh yeah. It was
Okay, I
fast.
got
I was watching those storms from my window. I was like, those are getting really high.
Yeah.
pretty cool looking
Yeah,
at
they were.
sunset.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't recording on.
No, we made time lapses.
Yeah.
Mount Sequoia.
Yeah.
This is.
Oh, we can stop one of the recording lists.
I stopped a lot of them.
Okay,
I'm on those cameras.
good deal.
Oh, Daniels in Hot Springs, Arkansas. They're getting a lot of
Nice.
rain.
No, he's from there.
From there.
Oh, okay.
Got family there too?
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on down there.
Oh, boy, it sure is.
A lot more than us. Actually,
Ooh,
just
2
really out of
inch.
Hot Springs.
Wow, that's a lot of tail core.
Yeah, I'm asking my grandpa how it was in the village.
Zoom in and see what. Yeah, it was just a little east of the village.
Oh, it went over the village.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Go back a little bit in time, Zach. Oh yeah, that went.
Ooh.
Not quite as big though.
We do have a flash flood advisory.
Mm-hmm.
New special weather statement. A bit material.
It seems like events has to be better.
I'll set
Now,
up
this
this.
National Poppy Day, veterans in our community are using it as an opportunity to honor Memorial Day. The Veterans Healthcare System of the U.S. is
That's
partnering with
not
social
gonna be
groups
severe
for
at 10.
veterans to create their own poppy paint.
That's gone.
Poppies are a symbol of remembrance. for
What?
soldiers who have given their lives
Look what's popping up
to
to
our
our
country
west.
and honors their dedication.
Wouldn't a
to
camera at the NWA Mall be helpful?
So we had one close to there, and we lost it because of a billboard dispute. But honestly, the camera wasn't helpful because it never worked. It never worked. Very rarely. Because it had a certain internet company that was very, very unreliable.
Is Gaither Mountain still down?
It won't be up until Tuesday. I know, that would be amazing. We would get to see so much light.
People were asking about the Gaither Mountain camera.
I know.
It's down. But we do have a brand new camera.
Yes.
Since Memorial Day is a somber
It's not
event,
edible.
saying
Nope.
happy Memorial Day
We can show you that.
should be in bad taste. Instead, the VA suggests taking a moment to reflect on the sacrifices
Did you
made by
take it
our
with
veterans
it?
and express gratitude
Well,
for their
uh,
service.
Oh, yeah,
Copies
take it.
will
Yeah,
be at the
Lord.
museum tomorrow.
Oh,
Nice.
Every week we
That would be a
highlight
poll.
There you go.
That's a poll.
Great shot.
Charles is saying weak sauce.
I agree.
What's weak sauce?
I don't know.
Yeah, Lost Bridge got slammed.
Ooh, here's a question. Is Berryville under a flash flood warning?
No.
No. They are getting a lot of rain, though.
They might be under a flood advisory, though.
In-laws camping down by Kings River.
Yeah. This is the camping issues that, it may not happen, but when it does, it is. Yeah, there's no flood advisory currently. I see.
Oh, they expired it? I thought there was one for the Sequoia County.
Well, hold on. I might not have it. Yeah. Oh, it might be because this is overlaid. Hold on.
Alright, so my grandpa said,
Yeah.
no hail.
Flood advisory.
That goes until 12:15, so some really heavy rain, but that's already moving out. And
Yeah.
here's the other flood advisory. I'd like to have that. Well, that flood advisory should be over there.
They just dropped that severe storm warning.
Yep.
She seems like
Right.
such a sweet. Hopefully, we can find her a home. Y'all.
They're just
Time
going
now
right
is
towards
9:52.
Fort Smith.
Taking a live look at things
Or just north of
outside
Fort
this
Smith.
evening, and I hope Hope your evening is going great too. Got a big weekend ahead. But we've got one last look at the forecast to make sure we send you.
Should pause at the end.
Yeah, I'll go up until it's still a little bit of a hail for. Just kidding.
Gone. No more hail. Still some gusty winds.
Well, keep in mind though, it's getting closer to the radar.
Yeah.
So
Good at 0.5.
Well, that's the lowest game.
yeah.
It's gonna go up.
I just don't see a lot of lightning, man. That's looking directly into the storm. So the lightning is definitely on the decrease.
Yeah, there's definitely still a little bit of hail. It's just under severe criteria.
Look at that little cell popping up. It's amazing that has lightning. That looks really jerky. Oh, it's wrong tilt. Well, you could really see the difference with the low tilts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything else.
No.
I don't think I need that either.
I like Ant a lot.
Out towards Colcord. A lot of lightning.
Colcord. Yeah, that's going to be south of Colcord.
Oh, we missed the shot. Yeah.
Yeah, so cold for
Oh, Lost Bridge. Wow. I think that's just like pure black. I don't know if that's on anymore. Look at Whitney Mountain Lodge and see if it's up.
Okay. 1 minute.
I think it's done.
Both teams should.
Yeah, right. Whitney Mountain Lodge.
It dropped. We saw it for a little bit.
And I said while we were on air, I hope we don't lose another camera.
Yeah.
A lot of the heavy
That's
rain
what I
is moving
said,
out of the
too.
area.
It got hit or power is out up there. Kevin said power is out. Yeah.
Oh, Kevin Scranton?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Guy that worked on the cameras. A good man. Always willing to help us out, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, exhausting.
Oh, we got to go back here. How much time, Perry?
About 5 seconds till we're on.
How much time in the? Huh?
About 55. 3, 4, 5.
All right, welcome back. Let's take a final look at that forecast, Dan. How's it shaping up?
No more severe thunderstorm warnings. Still some lightning that's out there. I know some areas got hit with some strong winds, a few sporadic power outages, like we mentioned, over 1,000 customers without power in Benton County. But things are beginning to wind down, but a little bit of development has taken place. You can see that little tiny cell in northern Adair County, and a little bit more lightning activity over Carroll County right now, and also close to Clifty. Now, as far as the forecast is concerned, still some potential for severe storms, another round Saturday night into Sunday morning. But night is the key word, because this is not going to be during the day. So if you have plans in the morning, afternoon, early evening, you're good.
Yeah, just be weather aware as we head into that weekend. Stay safe out there,
You
y'all.
got it. Have a great Memorial Day.
All right. Well, that's the end of Fox. And now we've got KNWA coming up in about 4 minutes. Still doing this stream. Nothing is severe, but we are seeing a few storms.
Oh, wow. That's storm
And
weekend.
Yeah,
Fast.
that storm over Fort Smith really, or just affecting Van Buren area, really starting to weaken. Definitely. Now we are in the lowest tilt. Let's go up a little bit higher to get a better view of the storm. Got to have that radar beam shoot up a little bit higher into the sky. Still pretty weak.
Too. Yeah.
Not a whole lot going on. And oh, you do.
No, you're fine.
Berryville has power. All right, David, thanks for that comment.
Glad to get your power back up.
You too. All right,
Have a good weekend, y'all.
All
Say
the
Perry
heavy
too.
rain has moved out of Carroll County pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think we're really winding down tonight. Is it safe back outside of Rogers? Well, yeah. I think going outside of Rogers is okay. I mean, the lightning is moving out of the area. There is a little cell to your south, but that's still not really showing lightning, and it is a ways away.
So that watch goes until midnight, but that's going to drop off.
Maybe wait another 15 minutes to go back outside of Rogers because there is still some activity in the area, but you know,
I don't know of any cameras that are going to get any type of strikes.
None that are up.
Yeah.
Brandon, the Van Buren area. Well, that's where that storm is going through.
Just rain and lightning.
A little bit of lightning.
All right.
Man, that storm blew up really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
We got about a minute until Dan goes on the air. We'll show you the first forecast.
Sponsored by Stanley Steel. Stanley Steel.
It's your home.
Jacqueline, I see your question. What's up with the cell in Oklahoma? It looks like it's growing. Could that come into NWA? We're not really too worried about that cell.
Oh, the one that's approaching northwestern Washington.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of hail. It's not severe.
Siloam, can we see that pointing southwest? I bet you we could.
I think we can.
15.
I'll give you radar tour.
Yeah. That sounds good. Start off in the River Valley.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Give
5.
you a higher tilt on the shoe.
Olympics. Proudly covering the Northwest Arkansas community. This is KNWA News at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Chad Mira. We begin tonight with severe storms popping up all over the area this evening. Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff joining us now with the latest. Dan, is the threat over yet for the night? Or
yeah, it is winding down, Chad. Still a few thunderstorms that remain, but the severe weather threat in terms of the amount of warnings that are out there have dropped off. We have one thunderstorm that's moving towards Fort Smith. This has weakened significantly. This is one of the part of the same cells that prompted the tornado warning earlier, just about a little under 2 hours ago. There you see that storm, which is not much of a storm anymore. A little bit of lightning in northern Adair County. That's making its way northeastward, and that's not very strong yet either. Might have a little bit of pea-sized hail, but a lot of lightning still occurring over Carroll County. You can see that thunderstorm starting to move out of our area into southwest Missouri. Here's a live look from the Fort Smith Public Library camera. Not a lot of lightning to see, a little bit of light rain. Allen Elementary, this is kind of looking off to the south and not seeing that thunderstorm that's kind of popping up. But regardless, we did have some activity earlier, and those storms went from 0 to 60 in a matter of seconds. In fact, here's a look at that live Doppler radar storm, and there you can see it weakening as it moves to the southeast. But this storm prompted that tornado warning just to the northwest of Sallisaw, dropped southeast pretty quick. A little bit of another severe thunderstorm warning. And then we had an additional storm that moved its way northeastward through northwest Arkansas with a lot of lightning, caused some gusty winds, even some sporadic power outages. So the severe thunderstorm watch is gone. It expired just now, about a minute ago. We still have a few counties that remain, but those are going to be gone as well. And if we take a look at our weather forecast, just to give you a little taste of what you can expect, Chad, we're going to be watching tomorrow night once again as another piece of energy swings in. We'll highlight that Memorial Day weekend forecast coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, back to those late night hours there. Thanks, Dan. As we monitor that severe weather potential for the weekend, take a second, scan this QR code on your screen. It'll send you a link where you can download the Weather Authority app. You can use that to get life-saving weather alerts. You can submit pictures on there and just follow the forecast. You can download that app for free. It's in the Apple App Store and on Google Play. In continuing coverage tonight, a report researchers call Waist Deep says Tyson Foods dumped hundreds of millions of pollutants into the country's waterways from 2018 to 2022.
The report's lead researchers say Tyson Foods is operating within regulations,
but now are calling for those regulations to be updated. KNWA's Casey Smith reports.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of the KNWA newscast. Storm activity is really winding down. Maybe we could end it with your full weather.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, we can.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go for a little bit longer. Dan's got his full weather coming up in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for that.
Just got to put everything together because all the radar images are old now.
Yeah. Alex Hall, new strike of lightning with the storm in Oklahoma.
Yeah, you sir are correct.
Yeah, I was looking at the Silent Spring camera.
Yeah, I was on it. I didn't see any lightning, but bring it up and keep it on there.
They're looking south.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, there we go. There's a flash.
Hey, pop that comment up from Lisa. Yeah, Lisa. Testing it to weather call next gen.
Yeah.
Got
It
the
really
call while
is
you're
good. We
outside,
just
told your neighbors.
Oh man, that is a cool time lapse. Oh wow, look at all the swirling.
Lightning in Cincinnati.
Yep.
It just started to rain.
Cincinnati, northwestern Washington County.
Yeah.
You can't get more
Right.
northwest.
Shit.
You'll see it right
Didn't
there.
show up.
It's right off of Highway 59. Zoom in a little more and it should pop up. You go south a little bit.
Oh,
There
too
it
far.
is, right there.
I was like, I saw it just a second ago.
Yep. December 31st, 2010, Cincinnati. Man, that's when the EF3 came through.
Oh, that's time lapse.
Still building my show here.
Still, we can see.
Casey Smith reporting.
Yeah, we're
The
still doing
Army
the
says
newscast,
the
so we
EPA is
gotta be
updating
quiet.
wastewater treatment technology requirements that plants would need to have before they discharge. We reached out to the Environmental Protection Agency for comments, but have not yet heard back. Just in time for the Memorial Day weekend, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers announces all but one of its closed swim beaches at Beaver Lake are now back open. 10 of the lake's 12 swim beaches had been closed due to E. coli levels. Now the Damside Island is the only one that remains closed. It'll be closed until tests indicate that E. coli levels are back to normal. 2 acceptable water samples from each beach are required by the health department before reopening the beaches. The lawsuit that Arkansas and more than a dozen other states filed against the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives over the federal gun sales rule change was just tossed out in the natural state. The U.S. District Judge has dismissed Attorney General Tim Griffin's lawsuit here in Arkansas, arguing it should be filed in Kansas, where the plaintiffs live. Our Samantha Boyd explains.
Look at Central, South Central Arkansas.
Okay, so 2,500 people without power in Benton County. A little bit further south, but Benton County has the most power
I'm just not
outages.
going to show any currents.
Most of them are Carroll Electric. So Carroll Electric people use power outages. Take this off. So it doesn't cover big enough or anything. Oh, what's this? Over Goshen.
Little cell popping up.
Yeah, no lighting though.
There's going to be cells that pop up, but it's just, it's overworked. The atmosphere is overworked now.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to do this. Changing my mind here. I'm doing the show.
That storm west moving to Cincinnati is kind of increasing.
Whew, man,
Not
that
really.
Fort Smith storm died, though.
Yeah, it's kind of staying the same. Just a little
Yeah,
bit
people were asking earlier, is it okay to go outside in Rogers? You do have a little cell coming your way. Probably just south.
Samantha Boyd reporting. Attorney General Griffin's office and examined statements in response to the ruling, saying, quote, the district court's order erroneously concluded that Arkansas lacks standing to challenge the ATF's unlawful rule without commenting on the standing of our 20 state co-plaintiffs. We will be challenging that ruling in short order. Doing her best to survive is the story of an Arkansas native. Shalonda Wells was diagnosed with lupus in her 40s. She now works through her foundation, Crush Lupus, to bring awareness to the autoimmune disease, its symptoms, and ways to fight it. Wells says she dealt with lupus symptoms for years, but didn't know it was the illness until she was 47 because the signs can be disguised as other things.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of questions about Saturday.
She says everyone's experience with lupus will be different, so
Dan's going to talk about that in full weather.
For more local news tonight, people gathered at Memorial Park in Siloam Springs for 4th Friday this evening. The event kicked off on the 4th Friday of May. There were vendors, food, and live music. Organizers say they are excited to start the summer with the first of 4 events. Lindsay Taylor with the Siloam Springs Chamber of Commerce says this is a way for people to explore what the city has to offer.
We need to remove these or do. I don't buy that at all.
No.
The next event will be June 28th.
I don't know, should I?
If you're itching to ride a Ferris wheel or have a bite of funnel cake, Springdale has you covered. The annual Spring Carnival is back at Carson Stadium. You can enjoy plenty of rides.
You see what this does?
It's open from 1 to 11 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Each ride requires tickets that can be purchased individually, or you can get a $30 armband for unlimited access. Mia Rhodes lives in Fayetteville. She said the carnival is a great opportunity to hang out with friends. Carnival runs through June 2nd, so you can find more details about hours of operation over on KNWA.com. Cyclists from near and far are putting their skills to the test this weekend right here in Northwest Arkansas. That's because the annual Bentonville Bike Fest is back for another year. We'll give you a peek at all the action a little bit later.
Show.
And coming up in your Pig Trail Nation report, it's all about the offense, how the Razorbacks can get it going. Plus, one guy that has been steady for the Razorbacks just got to keep it going into the postseason. That's next.
Seems like the thunderstorm chances just keep going and going, but we do have an end to it as we go deeper into our Memorial Day weekend. But on Saturday night, there's a severe weather risk, remains off to our west, but it does clip our weather coverage area. So what does that future radar look like as those storms potentially move in tomorrow night? I'll have that after Pig Trail Nation in just under 10 minutes.
From your home for the Paris Olympics. You're watching KNWA News at 10 with Chad Mira, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott, and your Pig Trail Nation report with Alyssa Orange.
I know. Still working on the forecast here.
So we got a commercial break, then we got sports, we got another commercial break, then we have weather. And
yeah, 10 minutes.
A lot of people asking about Saturday. We're going to answer all those questions coming up in that full weather.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we do the newscast.
Yeah. But yeah, right now it's looking pretty quiet though. Really not a whole lot going on. A few weak cells popping up.
Weak sauce.
Yeah.
Someone say weak sauce. That's right. Someone did
say weak sauce. That storm in the River Valley really died out. Whoa, it's gone.
Died so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out those 20%.
So
You know what's funny, Dan, is I said in the 7 o'clock newscast, I'm gonna take these out. And then
it blew up.
Yeah.
I know. I had a pretty stinking attitude the last several days, man.
The models did do a pretty good job.
I think that's sarcasm.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, Josh Weisel is being very sarcastic. Look what he says. It's painful how bad they have been.
Well, did a great job today. Not.
Are you being facetious or are you being for real?
Josh is being sarcastic. He posted a tweet earlier today.
I know.
While striking out.
Thoughts on tomorrow's setup? So I think Oklahoma is going to be really interesting, but I think here, I think there's trends for it to be a little farther northwest, Zach.
Yeah.
And that still needs to be watched, but I'm thinking the worst is going to be west of us.
Sure hope so.
Yeah.
Sure hope the worst isn't over us. 'Cause they're moderate.
Yeah. I don't even think we're going to see much at all, to be honest with you.
Probably.
I just don't. I don't know. I have my doubts.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zach?
I
Zach's just
mean-
bummed he can't hit the gym today
I mean,
because it's closed.
yeah. I think we'll get a few storms tomorrow.
Late
Night.
tomorrow night. Go look at the future track. I'll give you some details here.
Well, what too?
So this is the future track for Saturday. Everything's good. We'll show this.
Oh, the graph. You buying that?
Hey, the HRRR don't have anything.
Yeah, they both suck.
So this has that tiny little cell coming in right around midnight, which I think is pretty close. Look at how fast that thing goes.
Yeah, I kind of buy that actually. That's fair.
And it's not a lot, but if we go look at the bigger picture, here's Saturday. Yeah, that might be a lack of energy. And then I'll show you the HRRR.
Like I told Chad, model schmodel.
Yeah,
What you know.
pretty trash.
Yeah, Kobe's out of town. Good point, Alex.
No wonder there were storms today.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, there's good old Supercell Central.
It's
But-
Memorial Day weekend. Everyone's gonna be out there.
Watch how they lift northward, though.
Well, actually,
Springfield doesn't die.
nope. Joplin area. All the way up to Pittsburgh.
Interesting. The weather's finicky, man. Isn't it, Zach?
Yeah.
Let's look at the NAM 3 kilometer. Let's look at comedy hour here. So there's the NAM 3 kilometer. Oh, nothing.
Similar to
What?
Sunday
So I
night.
can see that for all. Can't wait to see what baseball team we get to watch next week. Stick around, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott back after the break with the last look at his forecast.
Last look at the forecast.
It's a habit.
I haven't even been on yet.
That's not true.
Well, yeah, I was on. Yeah, you're right. I was on twice. It is the last look at the forecast because I'll just go so heavy we don't have a final weather.
There we go. I
How
like
about that? You like that?
Thank you. You'll save my.
Yes.
save my butt.
I'll just go heavy enough where we don't have anything for final weather. I love Marcus's laugh in the background. That's my favorite.
Like we can hear in your IFB and hear it through the door.
It's so funny. It's like my favorite.
After every time you say come up in 10 minutes.
Yeah, he does laughs every time. It's the best.
Down in Maumelle for the weekend. What does the hail look like with this storm approaching? Take a look. Might as well. Maumelle. I mean, we're not on the little rock radar. Keep in mind. But
Oh,
gonna get some hail. A little bit might just be to the south.
can I
end.
adjust this, Zach?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
You don't have a show.
I'm doing cut-ins.
Oh, Saturday morning.
Are you using this for cut-ins?
Yeah, that's alright though. You can mess it up.
All right.
Yeah, Maumelle might get a little bit of hail.
It's already moving in. Yeah, look at all that energy. You can see it's focused north.
Mhm. For Saturday night and Sunday.
You know, yeah.
Pull the plug on it. Scrap it.
We ready?
15 seconds.
All right, here comes your final look at your forecast. Oh, man. Can you zip in on some of those isolated cells?
2, 1,
You got it.
1, 2, 3.
Your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
It's the end of a topsy-turvy weather week. This week has been a little bit of a struggle with the computer model forecast, but we did call for thunderstorms this evening. That came to fruition. Later on tonight, those storms are starting to move out, so it should be a quiet night, although a few rumbles of thunder is still possible. Let's show you on High Heat and Cooling Mega Doppler a lot of storms in central Arkansas. They are getting rocked. You can see all those severe thunderstorm warnings. Also some hail on the east side of Hot Springs, a little east of Hot Springs. But just some isolated cells as we work our way into the river valley. You'll see one lone thunderstorm that's dropping south, not even a storm anymore. And then we've got a little bit of activity that's popped up in northwestern Washington County. That's also got a few lightning strikes, so we'll pan up to the north. You see just a few little dots on the radar. That big thunderstorm that brought all the lightning has moved out of the weather coverage area. Let's show you a time lapse here because this really tells the story this evening. A beautiful clouds, great structure with those storms. Then it moved out and we saw a little break, and then we still see some wind shear that's in progress. Now we got the frontal boundary as the winds are starting to shift. That's why those secondary showers and storms have popped up. Here's the time lapse from the Fort Smith Public Library. A round of storms this morning bringing some hail and then additional storms developing. Currently, Allen Elementary, we're looking to the south. We can see some flashes every now and then, but it's a lot less than what it was. Fort Smith Public Library showing not a whole lot of lightning as well. There was one storm in particular, though, that ramped up really quick, prompted a tornado warning. There you see the warning dropping off, though, shortly before the 9 o'clock hour, and then that storm just basically falling apart. Additional storms, a left mover that moved through parts of northwest Arkansas, brought a lot of lightning in Carroll and Madison County and northern Washington County and Benton County. And outdoor activity should be good tomorrow. And we'll highlight that Memorial Day weekend forecast, but right now everything's kind of quieting down. Still a few flood advisories, though, that are out there from the heavy rain. There's one for Benton and Washington County, goes until 12:15 in the morning, just because of some of those heavy rain. Low-lying creeks might be a little bit flowing, and also some of the rivers could be rolling as well. Now, this thunderstorm activity wasn't super widespread, so if you were underneath those storms, you got a lot of heavy rain. Also, a lot of lightning. Here's a look at all the lightning activity from those storms, and look at the amount of lightning. It was like a strobe light, as people mentioned, in Carroll County not too long ago. Here's our future track for tomorrow. Expect a beautiful day. Get out, enjoy the sunshine. Temperatures will be warm. It'll be humid. But we will have to watch the potential late tomorrow night and into our early Sunday for a few storms to roll in. Now, this doesn't look like much, but the environment and the potential for these storms to become severe is definitely up there. So we'll have to see how this storm system evolves. After Sunday, we have a quiet Memorial Day. There's a look at your Saturday during the day. Great. Saturday night, right around midnight, and shortly after, that's when those storms could be rolling in. I know Zach Gilday will be on top of it. We'll be watching it. Peyton Langford, our weather team, they were on top of it today, and I definitely appreciate them for watching those storms. Now, here comes the energy that's swinging in Saturday night and into our early Sunday. Might be focused a little bit farther north, but it's still that, oh no, it's southwest flow weather pattern, which means storms could pop up unexpectedly and maybe even increase a little bit more. This is the Day 2 Convective Outlook. Make sure you download our Weather Authority app. We'll continue to update this as the new Day 1 Outlook gets issued shortly after 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Here's a look at the holiday weekend forecast. We're looking at Sunday, very nice, and Monday. To remember those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We've got a gorgeous Memorial Day. Also great weather to maybe decorate those graves if you do that as a family. For some of your loved ones that have passed and some of your extended family. Here's a look at the Northwest Arkansas forecast. Temperatures on Memorial Day, not only a little cooler, but also less humid, but still very nice to get outdoors. Northerly winds, very light as well. Now, the winds are going to be a little strong on Sunday, even though we don't have storm chances very much Maybe there's a slight chance of a storm popping up during the afternoon, but I think the majority of the activity will be gone. Wednesday, Thursday, we've got more activity moving in with temperatures in the mid-80s. Look at the high on Sunday, lower 90s. And while that looks great for the lake, lake will be a little choppy with a strong south to westerly wind. And that's behind that big system that's passing to our north on Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Maybe good for tubing, right? Catch those big waves.
Well, that is true. Yeah, that is fun. Crack the whip, as I like to say. When they take the boat, they turn one way, and then your tube goes way out. Then they turn it real fast, and then you come flipping back and hit the wave.
Yeah.
The
people on the boat can be going for a ride too, though. It sounds like
that is true. Yes.
Outside. All right. Well, you can spend your Memorial Day weekend with some of the best cyclists in the world. We'll show you how when we come back.
I got some great pictures of us getting some serious airtime on the tubes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That is a wrap. So, yeah, we might have a few little isolated cells that pop up along that front. The storm above Harrison is on a weakening trend for us. It's not for Branson. There's a little bit of hail, and there's a possibility that that storm does become severe warned. So, so that's it, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That is a wrap.
Right at 2 hours, 1 minute. Put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it. Wrap it up.
Put her
And,
to sleep.
didn't hear of any damage, did you? I mean, like tornado damage. I don't think anything touched down. If it did, it would be very brief and in a rural area.
I don't think there's any damage.
Yeah, no damage,
especially in Northwest Arkansas.
Touchdown.
Maybe in the river valley.
Oh, Patrick, yes. Let's go look at the Branson storm here. Zip in on that.
We change radars.
Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna change radar. Just lost power at Prairie Creek. I'm not surprised about that. They're gonna be doing some adjusting because people, well, Prairie Creek, yeah, that basically it's an area around Beaver Lake where there's been some strong winds. There's been some activity, and probably when they're adjusting power for other people, sometimes power can go off in some locations and then come back on.
Yeah.
So. We'll be watching. I know Zach is going to be on it.
I'll be on standby if need be.
I know you will, man. I know you will.
Yeah.
Pound it.
Don't
right
plan
there.
on it, but if stuff happens,
Mm-hmm.
life comes at you fast.
It's my wife's. Yeah. If you don't stop and look around, you might miss it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie. Here's Branson storm for you.
So a little bit of hail. Maybe
on the east side of Branson,
nickel
and maybe a
size.
little bit just to the east. Go back in time, see if that's increasing. That's still a pretty impressive cell.
Holding together.
Yeah,
it's decreasing. I think.
A little bit of hail. A little bit of hail came right through Branson, not hell, but hail.
Yeah.
Hail. Oh, hail, yeah.
Yeah, some gusty winds. Very broad circulation.
Yeah.
As you're outbound, you're inbound.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Actually, that is a cyclonic. That's an anticyclonic. Oh, the radar's up there, so that is a
descended on Northwest Arkansas. The
divergence.
Mike Fest is back for another year, bringing in top
Yeah.
talent and some pretty cool
We
tricks
got a
too.
downburst that's
KTV's Chief
developing.
Todd Brad Horn gives us a look at all the action.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this storm is collapsing. It's about to produce some strong winds. I personally think there's going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for this. You don't think?
It's too late.
Not for us. I think it's going to be for Taney County.
Let's see what they say.
I'll imagine this is going to be for Taney County here.
I mean, it's got a special weather statement.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they check out the zoo, man.
Yeah. It sure looks like it's developing that microburst
Nickel-sized hail,
potential.
just like I said.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a microburst.
Yep. Some strong winds in Branson.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys are getting it because it looks like this storm's collapsing. Let's look at the reflectivity here. Oh. Okay, this will tell you. There's a look at the core. Oh yeah. From that, see right in there. Let me bring it up a little more. There's that, and then did you see it drop? Look at that level. It's pretty close to severe, though. It really is.
Yeah. Certainly is. A
Hail
wonderful way to
core's
spend
not, but
the
the winds
start of the
might
weekend
be.
there. And lots of cyclists will be out on the roads and trails enjoying the long weekend. Whether
Oh,
you're a
yeah.
cyclist
I
yourself
get
or a
those
driver who
strong
encounters
winds.
cyclists on the roads, make sure you know
That's
how
only
to stay
1,000,
safe.
1,500
And Darling
feet
with
above
our
the
sister
ground.
station, Fox 24 News, recently took a deep dive into bike safety. You can find her full story right now on KNWA.com. Let's get back to that
Yes,
live look out
GR2
over
Analyst
Paris
version
tonight,
3.
or should I say tomorrow morning if you're there.
Awesome.
The countdown to the Summer Olympics in Paris continues. We're taking a live look as the sun starts to come up over
Really?
Paris, the Olympic Games. Set to begin July 26th. We'll have coverage right here on KNWA. Stick around for a final look at your forecast.
Downdraft Cape. The D Cape was pretty up there.
It was
So
like 1400.
yeah, that's high.
Yeah.
D Cape is up.
Who mentioned that? Alex?
Yeah, Alex
Okay,
Hall.
I was like,
Yeah, you knew that had to be someone.
I was like, who's talking about DK?
Yeah, no kidding. We got some intelligent viewers on here.
Oh, we
But
sure do.
so what a collapse is the thunderstorm goes up, all that water loading is happening, and then basically as the thunderstorm collapses, this is what takes place. Well, here, let me show you. I got a graphic for that. Yeah.
Stuck in my head.
Hopefully that gets a nod, man.
Oh, I hope so. That was really good.
Okay, so this is a microburst, all right? So this is a look at what's happening in the Branson area. This thunderstorm that's rising basically starts to collapse. And when it collapses, the winds are spreading out in all different directions. So this is why it's so dangerous for an aircraft. Look at my wing walker too. Shouldn't be doing that. But as the aircraft enters a microburst, they experience strong lift because the wind is basically going from the head of the plane to the tail, then the nose of the plane to the tail. Then as it gets into the center of that microburst, that aircraft is being pushed down, and it also loses its forward speed.
So as the plane's trying to compensate for being lifted up, they're pushing down.
They're pushing down and
being
slowing
forced
down
down.
the engines too, because they've already had a lot of lift. So this is before they already have the training with microbursts. They know a lot about it. This is before they learned what causes it. Then as the aircraft exits the microburst, it's got a strong tailwind, which loses its lift, and then that causes the aircraft to lift and stall. I stop it right
and be
there.
forced into the ground and crash.
Yes, absolutely.
That's dangerous.
Oh, the microbursts are super dangerous. But here's another graphic for you. So the thunderstorm has dry air entrainment, evaporative cooling, and as that air falls and accelerates, it hits the ground, and then that air spreads out in all directions. So if we go back to our radar and look at that cell, you can see the way that the air was kind of spreading out in the lowest levels. So there's the collapse of the thunderstorm as both of those cells merge.
Let's turn this down.
Slower down a little bit.
But you can see on the velocity.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. So you have a
Those are converging winds.
convergent wind.
That's your upward motion.
All right.
This is the final look.
Final look of the forecast. I was hoping it was last time. Then we could just go home.
Oh, it's Friday night. Let's get out of here, right?
Yeah, we're still watching storms, but I think everything's kind of winding down, so that's good. Branson area, though, they just got a thunderstorm just to the east with some strong gusty winds. And so there's that Memorial Day weekend. Beautiful weather to enjoy. Everybody have a safe holiday weekend. So.
Good night.
And that'll do it. That is a wrap, folks. So back to real quick that microburst.
Yes.
There you see the storm collapsing.
Yeah.
That's going back in time.
Yeah, now we're going forward. Here's your converging wind patterns. Reds are your outbounds, greens are your inbounds.
As the air starts descending.
Ascending, growing right now. Convergent.
Oh, you have growing. Okay.
And then over time,
now
collapses. Notice how your winds are flipped. Now you have your outbounds or your inbounds and your outbounds.
So it's diverging apart. Yeah.
Like Zach.
Oh,
Camera always likes Zach.
It does.
Yeah, now your winds are diverging.
Collapsing means weakening, but initially it also means some gusty winds too, right before it basically as it's collapsing. Now, that's it. That's the latest image. Okay.
Latest image. And
So
it's got winds of like 40 miles an hour, 45.
Pretty strong, but not quite severe. So, all right. Well,
No, go ahead. Wrap it up.
wrap it up. That's it.
Put a bow on it.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Time to hit the
Appreciate
showers.
you. Zach,
Oh,
there it is. Look at
all
that.
right.
Well, we're about to do some weather
Swole
cut-ins.
day.
But yeah, a lot of people asked about tomorrow night. Definitely going to be on it tomorrow. We'll hop back on if need be.
That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Be safe, and we'll keep you safe. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.